Hi there. Today I wanted to do a video on something I come up with for camping, backpacking on an overnight or two-night basis, which is this little Altoids fire tin. Um, I was just thinking of ways to organize things better in my backpack, and usually I used to just use like a Ziploc bag, which worked okay, but I thought this would be a little bit neater way to organize things in my backpack, and then I could label them. That way I could easily find and see what I'm looking for in like my outside pockets and things like that. So I use a little band here to keep it closed tight to make sure it doesn't come undone. But I was just going to go through my contents of what I come up with for the first version of this kit, and of course I reserve the right to take out things and add things as I see fit. But what I decided to start off with was 2 mini Bic lighters, which that one doesn't seem to work very well. I'll have to get a new one. That one doesn't seem to work. To throw it away. Anyway, I'm going to have 2 Bic lighters in here, mini Bic lighters, and that's usually my go-to method for starting campfires and things of that nature. Just because it's easiest, they're really lightweight, and they work really well when they have fluid in them. So just some different backup options I have in here. I want to go through. So the diamond strike anywhere matches. It's got the strikers on the side, and you can strike these on a rock or anything that's got a rough surface, and those will work really well. So and then in these, you can see I like to organize things inside my kit with aluminum foil just to keep things separated. But in here I have 2 petroleum jelly coated cotton balls, which work really well. The petroleum jelly gets you a lot extra burn time. If you're not able to find any natural tinder, if you're in a wet fire situation, those work really well. These also are kind of for a wet fire starting type situation, and these are basically this is basically a 1/4 cube of Esbit fuel, and these will light even if they're wet. So I like to add a couple of those in there, just in case. Those are just in case I'm having problems getting something lit. And then in here I have I believe they're UCO brand stormproof matches. So instead of carrying a whole case of those, I've just got 5 of those in here. And then I also used model glue to glue a striker to the top of my tin. So basically, this kit is kind of designed to be able to light fire in pretty much any condition, for like a 2-day, 1-day overnight trip with Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, backpacking overnight trip, whatever's, what I usually do. And that's what it's kind of designed for, is just a small little kit that I can kind of maintain when I go out. As I use things, when I come home, I know if I have to restock something, if I use so many matches or whatever, I can restock that before I head back out. And again, I do want to have 2 Bic lighters in there for obvious reasons. You can just see that one I had in there obviously is not in serviceable condition. So thought about maybe adding some different things I've seen people use, like Tinder Quicks or wet fire packages. You know, as I maybe see those things in a store or something, I may pick those up and add them to this kit. But again, this is just an idea. I had a tin that I wanted to use to organize, so I just kind of used what I had, you know, in my backpack actually to make this. So other uses for these tins, I thought about making a little small first aid kit that possibly could fit in one of those, but usually my first aid kits are larger than this, so just as a challenge to myself, I thought about just seeing what I could fit in one of these as far as a first aid kit goes. But maybe if I decide to do that, I'll post a video on that too. But yeah, if you have something that you think would be awesome in this kit, I'd love to hear about it in the comments section below. Again, I'm always open to other people's ideas or comments and suggestions. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.